Hi, how you doing? What's the gossip? Let me know. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. How is everyone doing? It is super early, and as you will have just seen, I've been up and been to the supermarket first thing to get everything that I need for the weekend. It's Saturday when I'm filming this. And I just thought I would start picking up the camera now. I'm so ahead of my filming schedule and I'm so pleased about it because then it just gives me time to ease into my vlogs rather than getting things done really quickly. I've been in a great schedule, but I've been like 2 days to make sure that I'll film a vlog in 2 days. And sometimes it's nicer to have 3 or 4 days if you need it. So I'm really pleased about that. And I just thought I would show you some of the bits that I got. I don't know if you're interested, but I like seeing people's, and I've mentioned this a few times. So I got my trusty orange juice that I always talk about. And something you guys might be able to help me with is I really fancy a curry. So I don't know how to make curry from scratch, and I'm probably never going to be that equipped to do that. However, I decided to get I said to some of my friends, what's the best way to do it? And one of my friends said this tikka masala from, is it Sharwood's, is really nice. But I love your hints and tips on a curry. How do you do it? Because I love, love, love curry, but I never have it at home because I don't know how to do it, if I'm honest. So I got some chicken, I got some onions, got some mushrooms, gonna throw it all in and just have something quite simple tonight. But I really fancied that. And I got some naan bread to go with that. And then the Jason's, I think this bread is going super viral at the minute. It's really hard to get hold of, but I got it. And I found out, I don't know if anybody's seen online when people are using some sourdough and some cottage cheese on top with tomato paste and making a healthier protein pizza. So I've decided I want to do that and then make it with the cottage cheese. So I've grabbed, to be fair, I've been loving this at the minute. I've been having it on like cracker bread and stuff. So, you know, when you need a little snack. So I'm going to try the pizzas. And there's people are also talking about pancakes as well. So I need to try those cottage cheese ones. So they would be nice. And I've just got loads of bits and bobs. The milk that I always talk about, this one here, delicious. I'm gonna have a nice coffee, probably in about an hour because I need water. I was walking around Asda and I was so thirsty. I literally ran through the door, opened it, and that was one gulp that I took. I was like, I need a drink, and just got some little refills for my plug-ins throughout the house just to make it smell nice, and just things like rice. And I got a ton of drinks. I got some cloudy lemonade and Iron Brew Extra because, you know, that's how we do. But yeah, I need to get all this stuff away, but I'm super pleased. What time even is it? It's literally 8:15 now. So I think I did spend quite a bit of time in there because my recipe lists and stuff for the things that I needed for the week or the weekend probably get me through till about Tuesday was long. So I just went around, and I love going first thing because it's nice and quiet, and yeah, I just got everything that I needed, which makes me happy. I did want sriracha, but I couldn't find none. But other than that, everything else is secured. So I'm excited to have you here for a cute little vlog. It's going to be a homey one, as we always do. I did my coffee table in the last video. That video's not gone live yet, so I can't wait to see what you guys think of it. I'll probably do some more styling in this one at some point because I've mentioned I need to do the side tables and stuff in the dining area. And there's lots to talk to you about, so I'll keep you all updated. But for now, I'm going to get this away. So I have been in a bit of a reading slump, and if anybody knows, I was talking about it. So I'm going up to my office because I need to find a book to get me out of it. So if anybody follows me, I've got my tripod because I want to show you some of the ones that I'm thinking. If anybody remembers, recently I have just listened to Frida McFadden's Never Lie, and it was so good. So I think it's maybe starting to crack the code of me not being in the slump anymore. So I'm going to get a physical book and see if I can get through it because I really need to get out of this. I have literally been sat all day, and I probably needed a bit of a chill day, but I felt like it got ridiculous because I've done nothing. I've sat, watched TV, had movies on, been sat on my phone, and I was like, I need to get away from this. So that's why I'm like, right, actually, let me see what I can do. So I've got a couple of things in mind. So I read Emily Henry's Happy Place, and I really liked that. So I've got her funny storybook that I've not read, so I don't know whether to do this. So this is a potential. I've also got Elsie Silver's book. So I read Flawless when I was in America last year, and I started, is this the second in the series? Heartless. It may be, may not be, but I've got all of them anyway, so it's the second one that I'm getting ready to start. So I started it and then I stopped reading. So I'm thinking maybe this one. I've got so many good books that I really, really want to read. I'm so sorry, I'm literally sat in scruffs and stuff, but I've got all my books here that are on my TBR. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe is one that I'm holding out for autumn. I've had this book for 2 years. So this autumn it's definitely going to get read. And I've also got the Cinnamon Bun Store, and then I think she's got a Christmas one as well that I've not got. This one here has been highly recommended. So a Colleen Hoover book, Verity. And it's not a big book. So this could be a good one for me to start with, because if you see these ones are much bigger. So maybe to get me out of the slump, do I go for something like this? I am not too sure. I've got so many books that I need to still get through. This is the one that I've just had. So I'll leave this linked below. This is the one that I've just read. And, well, it was on audiobook, but I highly, highly recommend this if you're into thrillers. It was so, so good. What else? Oh, is this the second one? I don't know. Right. What do we think, Pete? I've also got another Frida McFadden one, The Teacher. Better than the movies. I've heard really, really good things about that as well. I think that's more of like a little rom-com, but I probably need something like that. So that'll probably be something like my next book, because if I do read Verity, I'm probably going to need a romance book, because that'll be too. Oh, I've also got The Boyfriend that I started, but it's while I'm in my reading slump. Oh, what one did I read? Help! I wish you were here so that I could hear what you think. Verity's a little bit smaller. I love Frida McFadden books, but I've only read one Colleen Hoover book. It Ends With Us. Well, I read the two of them. There was 2 books. It Starts With Us and It Ends With Us. I've read both of those. Right, maybe I'm going to do Verity. I think I'm going to do that one because it's smaller and hopefully it will get me right out of this little slump that I'm in. The decision has been made. I'm going to start this tonight. I think the next one I'm going to do is, it needs to probably be more something chill, because it'll probably need to be more rom-com-y. But I feel like at this time of year is when I start getting into my reading. So I'm going to start this. We'll see how I get on. I'll keep you posted, but if you've seen any, I'll leave the books that I've talked about linked below as well. However, if you've got any recommendations, particularly for people in a reading slump, whether you're in one, you can read the recommendations, or whether to help me get out of mine. So hopefully this will do it. Like I say, Never Lie it's sparked something, so I'm happy about that. I just need to get through this next bit. So let me take this downstairs and I'm just going to start. It is the next day now, and I am heading to HomeSense. I just got up now, I just need to have a little bit of... I feel like I spent too much time at home yesterday, and I needed to get the case. And I was just like, I need to get out for a bit today. So we're up and we're going out, and I don't tend to enjoy as much going out on Sundays and stuff because I always think it's really busy, but I'm not bothered today. I'm like, I just want to go out and just have, even if it's a couple of hours, sometimes staying in too long, it's a little bit like meh. So, time to get up. We're going to go and do that. I'll show you what goodies they've got. I'm trying to find my wallet. I'll show you what goodies they've got. I'll show you the bits and bobs that they've got. And hopefully they've got some different bits from the other day, because I think it was only, what, 4 days ago that I was there, but we'll see. Right, let's go and have fun. I'm back home and I didn't get a ton, but I did get a few little bits. So I nipped to Next because I wanted a new duvet for my bed, and you guys ages ago recommended Next for some. So I got one from a guest room from there, which is great. And then I decided to get this one. I did get a 13.5 tog. I was toying between that and 10 tog. So I ended up going with this one. So hopefully it'll be okay. But yeah, the one that I got for the guest room is great. And then, look how cute this is. I am thinking for either this to put, because it's air sealed, so you could even put like coffee, sugar, anything in it. But I'm thinking, you know, for the spoons and stuff that I got last time, and I know I bought the wooden one, but I preferred this. I think this will look so much cuter in my kitchen. So look at the little details. And they had this in a butter jar, as a butter dish, and it was beautiful, but I've recently bought a butter one, so I decided not to get that, but this is beautiful. That was $9.99. And it comes with a little lid. I thought that was gorge. And then I did treat myself to two books. So Emily Henry's Beach Read. So I've read Funny Story. What's the one that I've got upstairs? I don't know anyway, but I've not got Beach Read, so decided to grab this. I think this was one of our first ones, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong, but I love Emily Henry's writing, so can't go wrong with that. And then I got this, the Thursday Murder Club. So it's a bit of a thriller from when I read the back. I think this is one of, I need to check to make sure this is the first in the series, because I think this is part of a series. So I hope this is the first one, because there was another one there as well with it. So I just grabbed them when I was in Tesco, because when I'm in that reading phase, I'm like, right, I need to. And while I was out today, and I've been out all day. What time is it now? It's like a bit later. I have been out since probably like 8:30ish. It's 20 to 3 now, so that's a good chunk for me. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and put all this stuff away, and then I think I'll have an hour on the sofa with the book, maybe something nice and cold to drink, and then I'll figure out what I'm doing. But yeah, a couple of goodies. It's been a gorgeous little day to be out, to be fair, because I wasn't planning on being out. But do you know, yesterday when I felt like I just had cabin fever, when I was like, I need to like get out of the house, you know, when you've been not stuck in, but I was doing lots of editing and stuff on Friday, so I was like in most of the day. Yesterday I was pretty much just it was a chill day, and it was one of them days that I needed, but then today I was like, right, I'll feel so much better this evening if I get out. So yeah, that's that. So I'm going to go get a drink, put this away, and have a little bit of a chill with my book. In terms of where I'm up to about, I read a good chunk of it last night, to be honest. Really, really good so far. So I won't never give any spoilers, but once I know a little bit more about what it's about, I'll let you know, and then you can decide whether you want to read it or not. But so far, so good. Loving it. Right, I'm off to get a drink. So I've not chilled yet because I decided to nip to Styled As and grab some new bedding to go with my new duvet. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but look at this gorgeous frill. It's like in this gorgeous green. This is our Tilly range. I don't know if you can see the details of it in there, but it's like a sage green. It's gorgeous. And I think that would be perfect because my room, very similar to my living room, it's just all neutral. So I think I love the idea of adding in a little bit of like colour. And I did purchase this because we're a small business and everything that comes out, and I paid full price. But obviously it's my brand, and well, it's me and Andrea's brand. But yeah, look. Oh, let me show you the pillowcases. Oh, I think they look even better than I was thinking. As I got back, it was like it's raining, as in torrential. So, but yeah, I don't know if you can see that colour a little bit better. It's probably not the best. It's really miserable out, but yeah, it's beautiful. And then obviously it's got the frill running round the frill of the outside. Oh, I'm going to get that on my bed, get it nice and ironed later with my new iron, and it is going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited for this, to be fair. And also, I picked up, so I bought, we do the little, I feel like these are great. So if you've seen that I had in my last video, I redone my coffee table. I felt like these were just missing by where the candle is. I just want that to sit nice. So I picked that up. That comes in a set. It's actually been reduced massively as well. I think for the set of 3, it's like, I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's definitely been brought down. It's in the sale section and it's just stunning. These just elevate your space so much. And also, Andrea may give me into trouble if she watches this video. So if you're Andrea, please skip forward 60 seconds because you don't need to see this. But we're actually going to be doing like candle sets. We're going to be putting a lot of energy into like dining tables and stuff, you know, as we get ready for the autumn period. So we started like getting some testers and stuff sent out of some new bits because we want it to be perfect for you. So things like this. And I don't know if it was on here or on short form content, but I was saying I want to add a bit of glass to my coffee table. I feel like it's missing that. I was speaking to one of my friends as we were out today, and I was looking for maybe some like hurricane glass jars or, you know, to put a candle in. And I was like, oh, we had these at Stardust, so I thought, let me put these on the table and see if that type of vibe's going to go. But we'll see. But yeah, I feel like glass goes with everything, and these are just beautiful. So these are not on the site at the minute, but they will be probably back end of this month, maybe middle. So probably about another 3 weeks maybe. We'll have everything up because we're just finalising all the bits for tablescaping. So, but they're so pretty. Look at the details in it. So I brought 2 of those home just to have a feel for what it'll look like on there. So yeah, I'm going to go and throw that, and I'm having curry again tonight. So I had my curry last night. I don't think I said to you, it was delightful. And the joy of living alone is when you cook, you then are you a leftovers person? Because I will always eat the leftovers the next day for tea. Whereas some people will only eat on the day and it has to be like super fresh. I love particularly curry and spaghetti bolognese and chili. I feel like once you leave it for a chunk of time, all the flavours just feel like they infuse together, and that makes me, just delightful. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be having tonight, and I'm really looking forward to it because when we were out before, because I'm trying to be good, we were going to go out and get a meal or something, and I was like, do you know what, I'm just going to have a little meal deal. So I just picked up a little wrap, some pineapple, and a drink. So I've not had a lot today. I am starting to feel a little bit peckish, but I'm going to throw this in, and then I can get that on my bed tonight because I want to have the coziest night. I do need some new pillows. I probably should. I'm someone who has a really flat one, so I should probably think about that. But what I'm going to have tonight is going to be great. So I'll let you know once it's all washed and dried, and we'll go upstairs and get it ironed and on the bed. And yeah, I'm excited for tonight. Sunday nights are my favourite. Just chill. Guys, look how good this bedding looks. I don't know if this lighting's like you're getting it because obviously it's quite dark. It's so rainy outside, but it's this gorgeous sage green colour. Like, it is so nice. Look at the frills. I've just gave it an iron, and with my new iron, this one here, I'll leave this one linked below. It is actually incredible. Like, it just glided over the top of it. It's a little bit of an investment, but it is an absolute dream. I've used it a few times now. But yeah, it just flew over this. This is a gorgeous material where I just found that actually it just went over it. And then you've got the frills. Don't know if you can see there, just running down the side. I'm so pleased. So the next thing for me to do in here is maybe to start getting some gorgeous cushions and throws and just make the bed look like lush and gorge. But I think this is the start, just having a bed, or just having some bedding that has just got a bit of a colour in it. Like I say, I don't know if it's coming across right on camera. I'll try and show you in some better light at some point. But yeah, it just feels so much better in here. Like, I am made up. I've just ironed some of my t-shirts and stuff for this week, so I've put them over the banister before I hang them up. But yeah, I am absolutely over the moon. And oh, sorry, I'm just moving that box. I was putting some bits in it before and it needed sorting, but it's off. I've also put my air purifier up here just because while I was doing this new bedding, I like to just have it on and cleaning the air while all the dust particles and stuff fly around. But yeah, this is an absolute win from me. Like I say, a couple more decor bits and then the walls are next to be tackled. And then I need to tackle this little area over here. So I don't know whether to keep the TV or not. I'm not overly precious about having a TV in the bedroom anymore. So, but what I was thinking is maybe like 2 or 3 shelves above. So I know I mentioned that a few weeks back. So let me know if you think I should do that because I can get that sorted ASAP. But overall, I'm in love. And yeah, I just feel like, I don't know if you'll see it a bit better there with the difference in the carpet is quite, it's a creamy carpet. I'm going to have a hoover, get this iron away now and just getting this place all cleaned up. I have just come downstairs now. I'm just going to have some iron brew. Obviously, you can take the boy out of Scotland and all that. I'm going to read my book and I was just having a little look then and just look how cozy this is. Like, I know I'm obsessed by this little space, but it makes me so happy. I put my little candle wick cutters here. They just finished that little area there off. I've put these up here, but I think I might put them in the dining area, maybe over there, because imagine some candles lit on there in the evening. I just think it would look so cozy. And you're probably going to hear me say that word a lot between now and like January. No, but I literally was just down here and I was like, I'm going to read now. And as I walked in, I was like, when it's raining outside and you've got the warm lights on, I'm just watching some home tours on YouTube, my favourite thing to do. And yeah, I'm just obsessed. Like, I genuinely feel like this place is becoming perfect. I did see a comment on tonight's video and you just can let me know what you think. Someone said that the alcoves here and here are crying out for some chairs. What do you guys think? I just don't want it to feel, this room's not very wide, so I don't want it to feel like cramped. I felt like at one point I put probably a little bit too much stuff in here, but let me put 2 dining chairs in there actually, and we can see what that feels like, and you can let me know what you think. So this is it just with 2 of the dining chairs in. What do we think? Obviously it wouldn't be these chairs, but just to get a bit of a feel for what it's doing to the room. I know it's sort of blending in now because of the colours and it's quite dark. But what do we think? Do we think we should have chairs in the alcoves? I've always been probably a little bit against putting anything in them. I've sort of tried to stay away from it just because I don't want to, like I say, make the room feel crowded. Because it's not a very wide room. But equally, I mean, obviously that's not eating into it too much because it doesn't take up much space. So do we think we find some cute little chairs for in there? What about some footstools? I don't know. I sort of need your opinions. I've just seen that comment pop through before. So, and then maybe some in the bay at some point, but I'm not going to rush that one because last time I rushed it and I loved the console table in there, but it felt like it was just a tad crowded. So, like, after a while, I loved it at first because it was like another area to style and stuff. But I like the coffee table being busy. So, is that going to take away from that? I don't know. Is it going to make it too much? But I want this place to feel super cozy. So, let me know if you think chairs. I'm not against it now that I see it there. But I would just love to know what you think. Whether you think I should go for it. This is what it's like if you're sort of sitting in this space. So this is what it would be like as I'm watching TV and stuff. I've just threw the cushions on just so that you could see it a little bit better because it's blending in because it's a little bit dark. So you'll have to let me know your thoughts. You could even angle them a little bit if you thought that we needed to do that. But yeah, it doesn't actually feel like sitting here. I don't feel like that's encroaching in on the space because it is in the alcoves. It would just be what type of chair could I get that would be perfect for there. So if you think I should and you know what type of chair you think I should put there, even just let me know. If you don't know what chair and you think, yeah, do it, let me know. If you think, yeah, do it, and you've got an idea of a style of chair that I could put there, please let me know that too, because I could do with all your help. Right, I'm going to go get my eyebrow, get my book, get Cosy. Just, I love this feeling, you know. I actually really like them there. To say I'm addicted to that book would be an understatement. I've got a couple of parcels, but yes, the book. I've been working all day today, just getting like editing done, and I just want to go and read the book. But I've not. But I've got a couple of home things that I wanted to show you. So, because I'm getting back into my book grind, I thought I would get some. So I'll leave everything linked below that I've bought. I've got some home stuff and some books. So let me just... So I've got 3. I've ordered another book, but only 3 have arrived so far. So I've got The Nightingale. So this is about... I think it's about 2 sisters from what I remember reading, and it's from World War II, and it's just about how they've survived, and supposedly it's so heartbreaking, I believe. I'm really, really excited based on the recommendations that I've had for this one. This is Riding the High. I feel like this is going to be a little bit like the Chestnut Spring series, if anybody read that. I think this is going to be really similar. So this one is, Riding the High, and then Binding 13. This is a big book, and I think this one's heartbreaking, but maybe I need to read some emotional stuff as well. So yeah, 3 to add to my collection. I feel like when I'm in a reading mode, I just feel like I don't want to run out of books, and I've got loads upstairs. I shouldn't be buying books. But I wanted to treat myself. But yeah, I think this is one I'm most excited about, to be honest. And I also got, so if you remember from my video of me styling my coffee table, I was like, I want to add a bit of glass onto it. And I think I may have mentioned that earlier in this one as well. But I want to add some glass because I think it's just a little bit harsh. So loads of you have given me loads of recommendations on actually adding some, because people are saying you've got a lot of square stuff, like with the books and all that stuff. With the vase, that adds an element. I've got a little candle on there, that adds an element, but it's still missing something, and I agree. So, I found this. I'm just going to open it over here, but I found this. So, I've ordered these. I loved them when I saw them. I hope they turn out how I'm thinking it is. So they're just 3 candlesticks, and I'm trying to add, I wanted to add that element of different shape. I also wanted to add in a little bit, not glam, because when you say glam, Sheldon and glam in terms of my interior doesn't really go. However, with the glass, I almost wanted a bit of reflection, a bit of warm lighting. And when I saw these, I was like, I think they could be perfect. So they're 3 different like candle lights. But what I loved about them is actually the fluted glass. So you can get it with a clear glass as well if you weren't into the fluted design. And then what I got was some candles. Let me show you these. I got some normal ones, and I also got some twisted ones, because I think these are always great to have in throughout autumn and winter anyway. So I thought, let me buy a couple of different ones. These ones are a bit more expensive than the plain ones. These come in like a pack of 10, and I got them in this like warm putty colour, and then these ones are in the twisted design. But then what I thought would be great is if I was to, you're going to have to squish that in, aren't you? Which is right, because then it keeps it safe. But I think like that, with a gorgeous glow, I'll burn it down because it's a little bit over the top, but you'll get a vibe. And then that warm light burning down here, I'll put these on later, probably more in the evening, and you'll get a feel, and hopefully you'll see the vision that I was going for, and hopefully it looks as good as I think it will in my head. But again, that maximalist vibe on the coffee table, but Yeah. And they were actually a really good price. They're 3 different sizes. So they're just like this, they're like a gold, and well, I wouldn't have these on their own because it's not necessarily my full style, but I think adding this into more of my rough, straight cornered coffee table, I think it's going to be perfect. And look at that fluted glass. And for 3, I think it wasn't expensive for the 3 of them. But what I'll do is I'll style up the coffee table and stuff, and I'll show you how it looks. And then, yeah, those other ones I also bought. Is that everything that I got from there? And I also got, these are actually, I've had one of the other caps that I bought. So if you know me, and if you follow me, you'll know that I wear a lot of like caps. I just love them. And I buy a lot of like Von Dutch, which can be quite expensive. So I've had these in my like basket of things to potentially buy just to get a feel for what they're like, because it might be that they're no good. But I was like, they're literally like £10 a cap, give or take. And I was like, do you know what? I want to try it because I love the rough, like trucker hat type look, but it's got a little bit of like leather across the peak of the hat, and then I just think that looks cool. I am made up with that. And then I got another one. Again, both of these. And the only reason I decided to look on Amazon for caps was because I was looking for a Von Dutch hat, and not a lot of places done them. And Amazon had a great selection of them. So then that made me start looking on there. So again, another trucker hat, and then it's just got the little rips and stuff on it, but a gorgeous colour, and it goes very much with my type of, my colours that I go for. So I'll leave those linked below if anybody is interested. But yes, some gorgeous stuff. I love it. I love homeware. I'll style the coffee table in a little bit, and I'll show you exactly how it turns out. I'm excited. I am speechless. Like, no. Look how good it's looking. I just lit these up. So obviously I've had them here for a while. It is much later, and they were looking amazing. And as soon as I lit them, I was like, I let them burn down before, and then I blew them out. And then as it's getting a little bit darker and cozier, and just look at that. Like, it looks incredible. And I think these were probably they were about £25, give or take. And I think it's just elevated this space a lot. Like, I don't even think you're getting the vibes of it. I've got real candles in it, so you could also put faux ones, you know, faux tapered candles if you were into more of the LED light. You wouldn't necessarily have to put ones like this in. But I'm just sitting here and I was like, I'm just imagining being sat here with my friends, probably in a couple of months, maybe when it's more autumn and cooler months, and I'll have them candles on. I may have this one on for scent, and then just watching a movie, and yeah. I just have no words. Like, this space is just becoming more and more of my dream, and I'm going to continue to change it up and bring in more cozy vibes and make things feel really curated, because I know I've mentioned that I want this table to feel like that, and I still think I can bring more stuff in. I'm just getting used to it not being empty, because I'm normally used to having like 3 books and a couple of little bits, but whereas now I'm starting to think, oh, it feels so intentional, but I do actually think I could get something else on here. But I'm not going to overdo it, but you guys gave me the best tip. So if you have a look at the table, like, this is square and rectangle, rectangle, rectangle. Most of the things that I had on here were rectangle, other than the vase, which people said is a great softener of the harsh shapes. And when I read it, I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that, and that's why I absolutely adore you guys. So then bringing something like this in to soften up even more, you're right. You're absolutely right. So thank you so much, because for 20 or 25 pound, or 25 pound. It was definitely 25. I think it was just a little bit over that maybe. But yeah, I am just absolutely obsessed. And what I like about it is it actually feels quite safe. So the candles, you do have to just like twist them a little bit. This one up here, I'm just going to have to move slightly, but you twist it and they're solid. So it feels like they're a little bit too big for the holder, which means when you squeeze them in, they sit still and it feels sturdy. And I'm loving the look of, can you see the wax all dripping? I love that. I don't want it to feel too clean. I want it to feel very used, but I think they would be perfect on like sideboards, and I think I may order some more. I do think these will sell really quickly, to be fair, literally from Amazon. As I mentioned, I will leave them linked below if you are looking for some, but yeah, I need to have a think about maybe one or two more little things to put on this table that just continue to elevate it, and then I'm going to do that on all of my sideboards and just get everything feeling gorgeous, because at this time of year I really go into nesting mode and making the house feel like a home. And yeah, I've closed the blinds. I was literally watching some YouTube and I turned it off, and I don't know what this is, but I thought I need to come and speak to you guys when I saw this feel like this. But you'll have to let me know your thoughts. Thank you for all your advice so far. Please, if you think there's things that I could change up a little bit and maybe do things a bit differently, let me know. But yeah, this space here, I think, is quickly becoming my favourite. I've said quite a lot that I don't feel that I've ever got my coffee table right. So I feel like I'm moving closer and closer towards it every single day. So yeah, just a couple of little tweaks. Someone did say about moving that into the middle, the vase. I'm never going to do that. And that the reason for it is just because I'm not blocking the fire off, and I know people might say it'll look better and whatever. I love it to the side, and I love having the view like that. So yeah, I understand why people would say that, but yeah, the answer from me is it probably wouldn't work as well here for me, just because I personally like to see the fire. But overall, I'm over the moon, I'm happy, and you'll have to let me know your thoughts, please. You're the best. How could I not sit like this? It is just vibes for me, like sitting here and feeling the cozy energy, even though it's still warm outside and even though we're still right in the middle of summer. I just like getting my home ready now. And I always think getting the cozier things now rather than waiting until when it is autumn, because everything goes dead quick. Like, people start getting the stuff now, and if you don't, you're always just left with the little bits. And that's from years of experience of doing this. And I think that's why people will come on and talk about the stuff a lot sooner, because go and get the good stuff. Don't let it all go. Just grab it while you can and then get ready, because these months, it's going to be the absolute vibe. But again, I feel like I say it quite a lot. I'm not wishing the year away. I'm loving being in summer. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the flowers. I'm enjoying being outside more. I'm enjoying all of that. I'll continue to enjoy that. But I'm just starting to get my home ready, because it's an effort. It takes a long time to do it. But when we're sat here and we've got the fire on, we've got cozy mornings together, besties, I'm just going to come to life. I hope you know that. Like, as we get to those months, it's happening. We're going to be changing it up, and I will come to life. I'll be like, that, I'm here. But I've just had a gorgeous couple of days with you. Do you know what? I feel like I say this quite often, and I genuinely mean it. I genuinely love vlogging and connecting with you guys and reading all your comments, and literally it just fills me up. Like, it fills my cup up so much, because we just have the best little community over here, and I'm never going to stop saying that, and I'm never going to stop being cheesy towards it, because I genuinely mean it when I say it. I get so excited, And this might sound really cheesy, but if I get something or if I'm ordering something, I think I cannot wait to come on and tell you guys and hear what you think and get ideas from you. Like, genuinely, it's a huge chunk of my life now, and I feel like I've embedded it in, so it's just the norm. Like, me picking up a camera now is just normal. Like, I know I've got 2 videos that are coming out every single week. I want to film stuff for you. And I always say it, I'm not going to go out and just do stuff to get content. If it's a video at home, you tell me you love that. If it's just me chatting and we're just floating around the house, tidying up, you know, getting little new bits and bobs, even just chatting for the video, you tell me that you love it. So I just want you to know how much I appreciate you all so much. Building this little community is genuinely just meaning the world to me. And I feel like YouTube is a hard nut to crack. It is so difficult, but it is so worth it. Worth it more than any other platform, in my opinion. Like, this is my peeps. And all my socials are my peeps, but I feel like YouTube, because it's more of a connection, because you speak longer and it's not like you just have to rush on and off in 60 seconds. I get to spend 20 minutes, half an hour with you, sometimes even 40 minutes, sometimes even 50 minutes, even though some of you are probably like, shut up, Sheldon. But yes, as you can tell, I'm super hyper because I'm just so appreciative and thankful, and I just need to tell you guys that. So thank you so much. I'm going to finish this video over here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being a bestie, and I will catch you in my next video.